Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Cruisin the Planet. I'm your host, Ethan Miller. This week, we're joined by a double.
Cole.
And Jake.
There it is, everybody. Your two favorites. The two regulars, the most consistent.
Right on.
I had an analogy, and I lost it. I was too excited. KXTR.com is up and running. We have made a couple of modifications to it now. You can listen to all of your favorite podcasts on the Tarleton Radio Network page. You can listen to KXTR Live on the front Listen Live button page. And as of today, so this comes out later tonight. As of today, we have I have to make sure I know what's up. As of today, we will have a new embedded player up on there as well. That's 2 embedded players. I think it's going to work. I haven't done it yet. I have to go after this, go do that, and that'll be my evening more than likely. Not a problem, but if you want to find any of the podcasts we make on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, you can go to kxtr.com/top-hits. No, that's the top hits page. You can go to kxtr.com/network, I believe. And that will take you to links will be in the description of this our video, and you can just go to KXTR.com.
Just go to the website.
Just go to the website. I built it. I continue to update it. Jake continues to feed us more information because we have a top hits page,
More information,
which we'll get to later on in this episode. Sizzler. Let's start out with a little bit of Stephenville news. How is everybody's storm season?
Oh, it's been storming a lot lately. I'm honestly kind of surprised that that we haven't been hit by a tornado yet, because there's been I keep up with a lot of meteorology. Like one of my
Why does that not surprise me?
is one of my tertiary hobbies is just keeping up with where in Texas there's tornadoes. I have friends in Austin and Fort Worth on Twitter.
Pretty reasonable.
So, whenever there's a tornado going down there, I usually make a post hey, tornado in this place, keep an eye out. But yeah, it's crazy.
Small PSA.
Yeah, we've had a lot of storms as of lately, but
the
Stephenville area is pretty lucky in terms of not getting any serious supercells or along with that, tornadoes. But yeah, I mean, probably due to be hit by one pretty soon. It's definitely storm season. So
right.
Yeah, we got a little bit of rain, just a little bit, a little while ago, a few days. But Weatherford got hit pretty hard, and it when I go to my parents, it's very muddy, and
oh goodness,
they have a lot of sand, so. It's lovely.
Yeah, that would be problematic.
How's a little lighter of a note, not moving into impending danger and doom. More so just do y'all like thunderstorms? Let's start there, maybe.
Oh, I love them.
Yes.
I love them.
Okay.
I think that a good storm is very I don't know, I like the atmosphere. I like obviously tornadoes. Obviously, I don't want people to get hurt, but I've always thought often the distant tornado is really just super cool to look at and really beautiful. So yeah, I like thunderstorms. I like storms. I like sitting, looking outside and seeing the rain, and it's great. And I like the atmosphere sound of rain. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I find the atmospherics powerful. I've never been able to stay awake through a thunderstorm. No matter how loud the booms and kabangs are, I am
I
can't
go to sleep during a thunderstorm, but I have been woken up by serious heavy thunder, this booming that just shakes the whole building. It's happened less here because there's more building to shake, but back at my old place in Granbury, which was houses obviously smaller than this, there's been storms where it's the boom was enough to just shake the entire room.
Yeah.
I was
we've had some of that.
I was still in that kind of hypnagogic state, and I didn't know what was happening. All I knew is the room was shaking. I woke up, and then it like clicked, like, oh, that tiny little earthquake was a thunder.
The tiny earthquake was in fact from the sky.
Yeah, it's a skyquake.
Yeah, Cole, I wanted to get your opinion because you have dogs.
Oh yes, so I personally really enjoy thunderstorms. I'm kind of a homebody, and thunderstorms and raining just means that you feel like you want to cozy up and stuff. So I enjoy them. But
it gives you an excuse to light candles.
Exactly. But our dogs do not enjoy storms at all. Any kind of loud noises for some reason just really freak one of our, specifically Cinch, out. So he'll like run to his like little crate that he has, and he'll just sit there and start barking at the sky.
Goodness.
So not so fun in that aspect, but eventually we calm him down. So.
And you have 2 dogs, right?
Yes.
Just real fast. You've got
I
little
have
old
Cinch.
man.
Yeah, Cinch, he's 2 years old. He is a Husky and Belgian Malinois mix. Mostly the coloring
beautiful
of tan.
eyes.
Yes, he has one brown eye and one blue eye.
Heterochromia.
Yes, I was thinking of the word, but I couldn't pronounce it very well. So
it's all right. I've got the obscure.
And then we recently got a chocolate lab. He is one, I guess, almost 1 in 6 months next month. So, but he still acts very much like a puppy.
He's the little old man.
Yes.
I met the dog recently. Jake, have you met Cole's both of Cole's pets? Either of Cole's dogs?
I don't think so.
They swing around with Park.
Yeah.
Parks.
I know I've met one. I know I've met one of Parker's, but I don't think I met the other one. So.
Okay. Well, if you need to look at a local dog picture, you can find their Instagrams. There it is.
They're fighting over a stick in this picture. I haven't posted it yet, but
there's both of them.
Yeah, one's tan, one's chocolate.
Yep.
They're having a good time. At first, though,
incredibly well trained.
Yes. Mostly. They're working on it. Cinch definitely is. Benny, not so much, but when we first got Benny, though, Cinch was not taken with being a big brother. But finally, he's reached the point where they're good and they can play and stuff together, and it'll be all right.
I'm pretty sure I'm still not ready to be a big brother. And I've been one for, 17 years now? 18 years now? So one day he'll figure it out. We'll hope.
Yeah.
Swinging into a secondary fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Swinging into a secondary fun topic outside of storms is: would you take the egregiously aggressive weather patterns that we are taking over everywhere else in the South right now, dealing with the spring pollen count? Little would you rather?
So basically, a constant runny nose versus the storming? Is that what we're saying?
Effectively.
I can take allergy medicine, though. So probably I would say the runny nose.
Jake, do you have an idea?
Absolutely storm. Absolutely storm.
Okay.
No debate.
You just can't stand the pollen. Do not enjoy it.
I don't here's the thing. Pollen ultimately makes me feel really bad. Storms, I stay inside all day. So it's
we've been over this. You are a hermit crab.
I'm very much a hermit. So I don't do I don't know, a minor inconvenience is worse than no convenience to me. So.
I see. All or nothing. And Cole, you just have allergy. You have antihistamines on tap. You're fine.
Yeah.
Because you want your doggos to go outside, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Is that the bit?
And I would prefer them not to be scared. So.
Right.
But I also used to have year-round allergies, so I constantly have medication for that.
Oh.
So it doesn't really change for me.
This isn't new to you.
No.
The seasonal allergy is not something that you dread, for you're always in fear.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, that's my cool little fun Stephenville news, because everything else is like the parks have opened back up. That's outdoor things. Let's see, June 15th, I believe. If we're looking for something specifically local, what's in like 3 weeks, Splashville is going to open up for water parks. However, we've had such awful storms that I don't know if we're going to be able to.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be pretty cold, like the water, from the rain.
Right. Well, they have all been northern storms too, which seem to be more brutal. I don't know if I talked about it on this show a couple of, would have been 2 months now, 3 months now. Lightning hitting the building. We've hit.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
That was so long ago. It was right when like online classes were about to start back up. So it must have been 2 months ago.
Maybe that's a sign from God not to open them back up.
Nah. Well, that's the thing, is like right when everything closed down, we got hit with, I was like online doing some research and stuff, and I was like, online's being a little bit spotty. I might as well like order a Wi-Fi card for my PC just as a backup. Shot the Ethernet cable on the entire building. Hasn't been fixed yet.
Oh man.
But I got an Ethernet or a Wi-Fi card installed, and I've been fine since then. I was able to clean my room with the most recent spring cleaning, and I wanted to ask you guys, before we even get into this, summer classes have started.
Yes.
How has that? Who's taking summer classes? Real quick.
Me.
Show of hands.
Just
Jake?
Is it me? Jake, are you taking any?
I did like 2 summer classes. One was really good. One was really, really bad. And so I came to the conclusion that like, I don't know if I want to do summer classes anymore.
Right. Another minor inconvenience.
Yeah, another minor inconvenience. I mean, it's a major inconvenience because it's a potential like, oh, well, I paid extra and I failed it. So it's like.
Just burned. Just lost.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm saving money this semester. I won't be participating in the summer triage. Cole, how have summer classes affected your concept of break time?
Oof. Well, it's a big change all around for me, because now I'm moving into grad classes, and added in with the quicker schedule, you have to be more on top of work that way. Like I already had a presentation yesterday.
Oh, these started like last week, didn't they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No jokes, no playing around.
Yeah, so it was difficult. It's difficult already for me, but I'll be happy when I come back into office and it's more structured for myself.
Right. Fun little bit of fun little announcement as we're slowly opening campus back up to bring students back.
Yes.
I assume Jake's, you've heard that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be able to allow people back in.
Yeah, I'll be starting in office.
You'll see the mess
week.
we made. Next week. Nice.
Yeah. I am very excited.
Depending on when you come in and depending on how it affects Jake and mine's schedule, we might all be able to have this little rundown right here. I'm pointing to the
the chairs.
The chairs where people used to use these. Humans.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so weird, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like so long ago when we were actually all in the same room together, you know?
I finally have gotten adjusted to like dishing out asks for help for work, and now it's being restructured. What's up, Jake?
I was just saying it's been since spring break since we did it, and now we're now it's summer, so
right.
Yeah.
We lost a season.
Yeah. We lost a season.
It's gonna be incredibly weird, like when/if, because nothing's fully set in stone yet about fall semester, but when everyone comes back, I've gotten so used to like no one in the parking lot.
I'm certain I'm gonna get 2 or 3 tickets. I park directly in front of the front door of the math building.
No, me too. It's open, so it's like, why not?
No, quite literally at this moment, mine, like Jake, the pole in the parking lot?
Yeah.
I park directly in front of the pole.
Yeah.
Like, here's pole, here's car, here's front door.
I always park next to the ramp.
Oh yeah,
So
that makes sense.
Walk down the ramp and my car's there, and I'm like, yeah.
You got the
I'm there.
shade. You got the shade in the evening. I like walking out and it's just me, and I just like, yes, I am the only one.
It feels so good just like having a whole parking lot to yourself. You can just park incorrectly, and the worst thing is a ticket.
And then on my Twitter, I've posted a few instances of like, come on, man, stop parking next to me. Because listeners, you know that Jake and I, we do Morning Edition here, which is the morning news show on different days of the week. And I have yet to have a morning where someone has not parked directly next to me. And I'm like, come on, dude.
You have the whole parking lot. Why are you parking next to me?
I think it's a matter of like you're so close to the door, and if they park next to you, they'll be the second closest to the door. So they're
but I won. Leave me alone. Like, I've won the parking lot. Go away. It's mine now.
It's claimed. That's Ethan's parking lot.
I am actually. And Jake, you probably get a lot of this too, is like we're the first ones in the parking lot and out of the parking lot.
It's so great.
Because we're 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so the standard 8 or 9 to 5 group is nowhere to be seen.
Well, it's like what's really great is that since there's very few people there anyways, like I get off for lunch, like I'll leave for lunch and there'll still be people there. But like when I get back, my spot's not going to be taken.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Because
I don't know how we're going to fight for all this new parking.
Come back to their other spots. Like, yeah.
Something I just thought about. Go ahead, finish.
I was going to say, it's really great with how our lunch is because we have like a 3-hour lunch break.
Yes. I actually just got back from an 1.5-hour nap.
Right? Man, I remember like a couple days ago, I could only get like 2 hours of sleep. So I spent my lunch break just sleeping. Like I leave at 11, get home at like 11:10, and then just sleep, like with my clothes on, until like 1:45. Yeah.
I had myself some hot dog sandwiches and I fell asleep. It was good.
It's really good.
Cole, I'm sensing a little bit of
hot dog sandwiches.
So last time. I have a food contract with a couple of fellas where we split food. We all pay for it as a group.
Yes.
I just like explaining it to people because I think it's cool. So I'm never going to not do that.
No, it's cool.
I've explained it to Lance every single time I've talked to him. He made a joke of it once. Now it's a contractually binding statement.
Oh, God.
Last time we went to get groceries at Walmart, they had this $6 Big Balogne. Like, what was it, like 8 pounds of bologna for $6. It was awe-inspiring. It was quite honestly amazing. It was really like this big. Like, podcast listeners, take your hands, splay them open as wide as you can, and then hold them like shoulder width apart. That's about how big the bologna was. Rounded on the edges, so not like super huge, but $6 quality. That sandwich meat lasted us for 2 weeks, and at a certain point, we were getting tired of sandwiches. So I started like adding the bologna into omelets, and we eventually like
seems legit.
Just had to use it all up because it lasted so long. It was so good. Usually we buy groceries every week. Now we were able to splay them out for 2 weeks after finding the Big Bologna. But we went to H-E-B.
H-E-B is good for that.
They don't have the Big Bologna there.
They don't have
the Big Bologna because they have all of the like artisan brands, and the Big Bologna is quite literally the like big. Finding a Big Bologna is a gift and a curse because 1, you have to eat a Big Bologna. 2, let me say you get to eat a Big Bologna, but 2, it's quite literally like the cyberpunk dystopian. And Jake, like, you'll agree with me on this one. Like, it's homogenized meat product. It's not like it's fully processed.
Oh my goodness.
It's the lowest tier of fresh meat. So like H-E-B ain't gonna do that. Only a cyberpunk Walmart will do such a thing for you or to you. So it's like, okay, I got myself my Big Bologna, and then I've got myself what's that? What is it? This time we couldn't find a Big Balogne, so we were like about to settle. We were gonna go to the deli counter and like get something pre-sliced, like the chopped ham that you can get sandwich meat. And I like turned the corner and I was like, wait a minute. Let's go to the meat freezer.
Oh god.
You get 2 packs for $5. And they were packs of 24 hot dogs.
Oh my god.
We bought 48 hot dogs.
That's a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dogs. It's a dog episode today.
Okay.
So I boiled some hot dogs, cut them in half, added them to some bread, threw on some sauces, and had hot dog sandwiches.
Hot dog sandwich.
Because
Nice.
what is a hot dog? Hold on. What is a hot dog but a skinny bologna? I rest my case.
Oh my god.
You know, my friend told me, like,
Go ahead.
one of the best ways to prepare bologna, like a bologna sandwich, is to just put, like, a thin, barely enough to even tell, thin spread of peanut butter on
That's
it.
nasty.
That's nasty? I've never done it.
It sounds like you're
It
not
sounds
supposed to.
nasty.
I'm quite literally, like, eating hot dogs in mass over here, and I think that's bad.
I will try it and let you know.
Okay.
Oh god.
Because I
Jake?
haven't done it. He told me that years ago, and he said if he ever came over, because he lives out in Florida, he said if he ever comes out here, he will make me a bologna sandwich.
Well, he can make you one over Discord, because that's not good to cross state lines right now.
Right now, of course.
But
this is going to end eventually.
It does have to eventually, and that's right. Something talking about classes, the end of like summer classes specifically, moving into on campus. Do we think? I just want to pose the question. We all heard the meta classes is something that's happening, right? Y'all familiar with the online or offline options?
Yeah.
So with those courses, hypothetically, there is a new maximum for each class, which is, what are both of you doing right now? There is a audio podcast listeners. Cole has decided to put on her 2020 goggles and get real close to the camera in style, and Jake's just real close to the camera, pouting.
Sorry. Oh,
no,
man.
Go ahead. It's fine.
Sorry, I just wanted to see what your reaction was.
It was the fact that it was both of you that did it at the same time. I don't know if you coordinated. Jake, please. He's got a box on his head now.
This one's more comfortable.
This is how we entertain ourselves now.
No, this isn't how I entertain myself. I'm doing this for the podcast. Be grateful.
Okay. Thank you, Jake. You bastion of civilization. Moving on. Okay, what was I talking about? Something.
Meta classes.
Meta classes. Okay, so online, the ability to have both in-class and in-person and online classes.
Yeah.
English, language. In-person and online classes at the same, you're just doing this now, great. There's a hypothetical potential for an increased amount of people coming back to campus, but still being out of the classroom, right?
Yes.
So, you know, for an example, we might look at a 30-person class who has 15 people online. Technically, that's 45 people enrolled in class. But if they have to come here and like live on campus, because you'll have, you know, we have incoming freshmen because we're still moving to D1 when sports open back up, which has been like a big push in a lot of areas to get sports as soon as possible. And, you know, Texas, we're known for our football. Tarleton State, we're still pushing that D1 advancement. It looks very nice, Cole. Thank you.
Thank you.
What are we thinking of? Like, do we think people are going to come back on campus? Do we think they're coming to take our parking spots even more than beforehand? You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people are tired of parents.
Yeah, if there is one thing, however, I will say about the whole like parking, like if we're looking specifically at the parking situation, is that the fact that they are giving us like the option for pure online if we so choose. Number one, you have to take into account freshmen. Freshmen, they're basically saying, yeah, you can have a full contactless, don't need to come to campus, like semester for freshmen. So freshmen are already out of here. Okay, so we don't need to like we are going to be seeing.
Well, then again, we don't know if they're going to remove the housing requirement.
Yeah, because we have a housing requirement first and second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't heard anything about that. And that's my sort of concern, is that are all incoming freshmen still going to live on or around campus, but not have to actually attend the physical classroom? You know, we're still looking at dining hall. We're still looking at them going to the local Walmart, hanging out in the Staples. I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, then it's only the parking lots by the apartments that will be an issue. So people who commute will be able to use the parking lots that are closer to campus. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see.
The thing is as a whole, we have always had like a parking issue. It's like a universal concept to like going to university, you know? Yes. So there are still going to be people ultimately who will not be coming back out of either fear or just them not wanting to attend classes.
Right.
Ultimately, we're going to still be getting people coming back. So it's going to be more than now, but less than it usually is, because they're giving a lot more options for people who do not want to attend class.
You're still on the expectant route of a reduced student body this next semester and this next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if people are actually going to take it as seriously anymore.
Yeah. That's my concern, is on two fronts. People won't take things as seriously. And then secondly, we've seen, and Lance was reminding us the other day, that in times of mass joblessness, a lot of people go back to school.
It's true.
And we're looking at 20 unemployment over the entirety of the United States. Let me double check that one. But if we're looking at it's not what I thought it was. 6%. Okay, not 20%. Oh wait. I don't know how to read this chart. 40 million Americans. There we go. So we got 40 million Americans. That is 15%. So I was close on the 20. Yeah, we're looking at 15% unemployment. That's so much.
It is.
40 million just rough Americans. And yes, they are, like, the bulk of that is spread out over almost all of America, but high population density areas similar to that of Texas and the East Coast and different places, perhaps we're going to see a lot of the people who would just be working trade jobs or sort of those like medium level jobs, like the job that I did, the night shift position over the summer. That one was like, I was making more than minimum wage and I had minimum level benefits and I could work my way up to the $15 to $20 an hour situation. I think we're going to see a lot of those people, sort of the like half career situations who had to get let go, coming back to college, like an older age group moving into classes.
I could see that, especially with all if you have the ability to get financial assistance with that. I mean, I know a lot of students, not unlike myself, went ahead and stayed, who graduated, went ahead and stayed and did grad school just because.
I know that AJ was talking about it.
Get funding from that, and you can't get a job right now, barely. Right. So I understand that side too.
Yeah. So just some thoughts of like, could we perhaps actually see way too many people at college all of a sudden?
I still don't think that'll be the case.
Okay.
At Tarleton especially, just because we're a small college kind of out in the middle of nowhere, you know?
We are pretty isolated, yes.
I see that happening.
Fort Worth
I
campus?
see that happening more so with
Possibly.
like somewhere in Arlington or Austin, you know, like bigger universities near more metropolitan areas.
Mm-hmm. Ones who have the like true facilities to just take in large amounts of people.
Yeah.
The reason
I look
don't
at
see
the
that. Sorry, go
social.
ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was thinking about the social situation in our area.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's a lot of people who don't take it as seriously here.
Yes, that is true.
Think some things are encroaching on constitutional rights, and have gone against it. Like I know.
Yeah. Just wearing a mask is a political statement.
Right. I mean, I knew people who were having protest parties during lockdown, like quarantine.
Protesting the lockdown?
Yes.
Like they're like, oh, this is all total BS. We're gonna have a party because it doesn't matter. Or yeah.
That's pretty silly.
Yes.
No, I do know that I was getting looks while wearing a mask at getting groceries the other day. I'm an adult, flex. Definitely have noticed in town that it's a lot more. It's not even like there's a certain like political leaning one way or another that's too obvious, because you could have just individuals who have made up their mind that they don't want to wear a mask, and that's really what it is.
Themselves have been politicized.
Huh?
Like regardless of what your stance on it is that the left was very much in favor of like getting these masks into the people more so than the right. The right was sort of neutral on it.
Right.
But you have a lot of people who are very like spiteful and want to do stuff because these libtards want me to do this thing. I'm not going to, because I don't want to listen to a liberal, you know?
Right.
You know, so the fact, like, I think that it's a weird situation, you know, where, I don't know, like, it's hard for people in this sort of day and age where there's such a huge mistrust of government in general, or like it's hard for the government to like say, hey, we need you to do this because like this is good for you and this is good for society. It's hard to get people to do that and be on board with that when there is a whole lot of stuff going on that's like behind the curtains, real sketchy government stuff.
Right.
You know, and you have a lot of people who don't trust the government, and it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a whole. I don't want to get super political because I'm bad at doing that in person, but
that's okay.
Unfortunately, I feel like it has turned from the health and safety of others to that, and I feel like it happens with a lot of global or national big issues, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing that I can see
whenever
is
you like politicize anything, like it just makes it harder for people, like especially like with how binary our political like system is. Very like, here's Democrats, here's Republicans. Like it's very hard for people
left,
to
right.
Yeah, you know, which, like I said, I'm not gonna get super political, but we need something other than a two-party system. Regardless, you need to wear a mask. Like it's just, at this point, it's just
or a box.
Or a box, yes. Or a space suit.
Just wear your cosplay everywhere. Like I've been seeing a lot of Star Wars cosplay on my TikTok lately, so
I've chosen the wrong cosplay to aspire for. It's not one that has a mask on it whatsoever. It's all right.
Can you incorporate a mask?
I can, but then again, it like just turns into a political statement. Like,
what is your cosplay that you?
King Bradley Wrath from Full Metal Alchemist.
Really?
Oh yeah. When I have short hair, and I like cut it all the way down, and then if I like.
Do you have pictures? Because you need to send them to me.
No, not at all. I will not be wearing any of that until I have actually gone to the gym. That is like here's the deal. I like cosplay. But I can't put myself into that until I get some of my healthy habits down and running. One of my healthy habits is like do some workouts. If I get back into working out, because this summer, like I just ate straight junk the entire spring break.
I tried for like a week, 2 weeks. It did not last, y'all.
No. Didn't help those free DoorDash days. What's up, Jake?
I never try. I'm really out of shape.
Not Jake. You're in a box right now.
I am in a box. Your point?
Literally a shape.
Literally a shape. Come on.
What?
But that'll be on my Instagram whenever I feel like it needs to be on my Instagram in like a year's time. I'm throwing it out there to the universe so I don't have to remember it. Moving on to
it's gonna be great.
Our like super local segment. With the help of Jake, we are able to do a fun little thing, and that's why it's good that Jake is on this episode. Our top hits page.
Yes.
As y'all know, listeners of KXTR will know, true fans, we run 2 different genres. Is that how you?
Yeah.
Genres of music, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 2 genres. We do.
There we go.
We do like top 40 rock, and we do hip hop.
Out of those, I, with the help of Jake and Cole, run a list of what is called KXTR's top hits. You can find it on our webpage at kxtr.com/top hits.
We also have a Spotify playlist of all of those as well, if you want to check those out.
Which Cole updates constantly. And if you're not at a radio, but you still want to listen, go to kxtr.com, click on our homepage, click on the Listen Live button, and then you can listen to these songs and more. That's the plug. Good job, everybody. Pat yourself on the back.
Plug.
I have the updates for this week's top 10 hits. It's a new segment that I want to start adding into the show that gets us a little more radio. Just because it's all I do at work on Wednesdays, and I have to add something about what I do in work and part of the show, or it doesn't fit or flow anymore. So here's our news. Y'all tell me if you've heard these. If you haven't, why not? So Angels and Demons by JXDN or Jaden Holzer enters the top 10, booting Your Love, Deja Vu by Glass Animals. Y'all heard either of those bands or songs?
It's my job to listen to that, so.
I know, Jake. You're like a neutral water testing ground.
Okay.
What were your thoughts? Why did Angels and Demons beat out Deja Vu?
Well, Glass Animals is still technically in our top hits, but we don't have a perfect 10 top hits.
Right.
It's
we have
just,
a top
Glass
20. Technically.
20-ish.
Yeah, technically we have a top 20.
It's like 24 right now. We're actually in the process of trying to reduce the amount in the top 10 just because it's a lot harder to keep up with 24 than it is with 20.
Mm-hmm.
But Glass Animals has just been on its way out for a while. It had its time in the shine, but it's just kind of just going down. But that song, Angels and Demons, debuted at number 6 on Billboard Pop Rock. So
there we go.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed Glass Animals. I think it was on their last album, Pork Soda, that song.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Pork Soda.
God dang it. They're totally ripping that off of Primus. Primus has an album called Pork Soda.
I just enjoyed the song. Sorry, Jake. Sorry for the bad news. Just that song specifically, though. Wasn't really interested in the rest of their discography. But there you go. Angels and Demons by JXDN. Artist. That's their artist name. It's cool.
Yeah.
It was actually very hard to get that out artist cover because Angels and Demons, pretty normal thing to write about in an edgy rock situation. So thanks for making our job just that much more special. Moving into hip hop, we have added Blueberry Faygo by Lil Mosey and Flex by Polo G. We've had both of these songs for a little while. They just now moved into that top 10 slot, pushing out Dior by Pop Smoke and The Box by Roddy Ricch.
I thought I sent you the box on there because the box is doing a lot better than Blueberry Faygo.
I just updated the list.
All right, I'm going to have to double check what I sent you because I could have sworn that the box was doing better than Blueberry Faygo.
All I'm saying is yesterday I removed the box.
Okay, well.
To put in Blueberry Faygo.
Okay. All right, well.
That's all right. Next week it will update and change. any problems that we have, more than likely, it might be best to like keep adjusting it and stuff. It's fine, Jake. No one's in trouble. It's just a silly way to get people in and involved on our Twitter and listening to the show by seeing that we have all of the cool songs by the coolest people.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
It's really hard to breathe in this thing.
You should take it off.
You're looking pretty upset there, bud. You got a big frowny.
Yeah, your Amazon smile is upside down.
It's still okay.
I don't care.
He's chosen it this time.
Now he knows.
Oh
God.
He's doing something now.
Is he gonna draw in the box?
Podcast audience, he's left frame. He's exited left stage. He's making certain noises. Cole's showing off her nice headband.
Yes, it's a mermaid fin.
I was about to ask, how did you get it off the mermaid?
I bought it.
All right.
You bought it off a mermaid?
Yeah.
Or you bought it off a mermaid poacher?
Good.
Jake returns. Let me take a look at this. I can't see.
Oh, there's eyes.
That's worse. Jake, why have you done this?
He put angry eyes on the Amazon box, so now he looks very, very angry. Prime angry.
Prime.
I'm mad.
You both make the show. You both make the show.
You asked us here.
I did. I asked each of you individually too, so you couldn't have coordinated against me. That just shows how unconnected from everything I am. I'm unable to handle it. I'm all sizzled out. And Cole brings back the goggles. 2020. I assume you took those for
graduation gear.
Graduation, right? Because you're out of it. You're done. You're in grad school now. You're coming back actually as our grad assistant. That's one of the reasons you're coming back in.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. I did get my diploma.
They handed it to you?
Yeah, no. They mailed it to me.
Oh no. Is your mailbox big enough to accept it, or is it all bent up?
It went to a PO box and they held it back because it said "Do not fold." So it's all good. I don't have a frame yet though, because technically 2020. The 2020 May graduates are supposed to get something special from the Alumni Association, and I was hoping it was a frame, but we'll see.
But not a frame.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Probably just those little sticky hands you throw on things.
Well, I did get a purple graduation cap. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Is that like extra special?
Yeah, it's supposed to differentiate us during graduation in August. So.
Oh, right, because it's going to be all during. You guys have to go to the same ceremony if you want.
Yes, which is going to be at night at 8 p.m. In August in the stadium.
It'll be colder than during the day.
Yeah.
It's August.
It's probably going to be really humid though.
Oh no, it is going to, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's awful. Well, if you want to sit in the stadium, then you can. Did I ever tell you all about that story real fast? Just real fast before we close.
No. What is it?
I moved into town and the stadium was built, right? I moved out of town, stadium wasn't here. I moved back in, it was built. I was doing evening shifts over at the CC's Pizza, and one of the lights was out on the stadium. It was the letter T. How ironic. Tarleton State, the home of the T, was unable to keep their letter T up and running on their stadium. And so now, from now on, it is called the Stadium.
The Stadium.
How ironic.
I know, it's perfect. It's just perfect. Like, it was a good thing to just drive.
You can make that a political statement.
Drive home from work and just swing around the stadium. Head on to my friend's place for us to play Rockstar late at night.
We do have a really awesome stadium, though.
It's huge.
I think it looks
massive.
Amazing.
It's cool. Can't wait to use a telephoto lens on that field. Whoa. Make everyone look like they're standing on the same line. Telephotos are they're evil. They play tricks of the mind. They do. They can make you look like you're just standing right next to somebody. I have nothing else. Just a heads up. I'm out of notes. Anyone have anything they want to do?
I don't know, man. Probably take the box off.
All right. Jake's done. Cole, do you have one last thing you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. You don't have to look so scared. You're fine.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll do this again next week, and it'll be okay.
This is
okay.
Good. I liked it.
I liked it too. All right.
Yes.
I'm going to do the outro now. Y'all behave. Jake, behave.
Bye. I don't behave.
This has been your episode of Cruisin the Planet, where you can find something to do in and around Stephenville every week. If you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to recommend to your friends. If you want to find more things made by us, follow the links in the description. If you have any questions or suggestions, ask them in the comments or towards us on our Twitter. I believe it is at 100.7 The Planet on Instagram and Twitter. Got it right this week. Don't even worry about it. We might just read your question on the show because I've gotten absolutely 0 so far. Please, do something. We hope that y'all have a very, very enjoyable weekend. It is, this will be coming out Thursday, today, May 28th. Next week, we might be able to see everybody in person, which will be the old style camera and everything. For those who don't ever see us and just listen, it might sound a little different. We might seem a little happier not having to look through this screen, but everything will be different next week. Don't even worry about it. We'll catch all of y'all later. Hope y'all have a good weekend.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.